Greetings and salutations, one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Monday's Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful, talented, and amazing role players. G'day, guys. How are we all doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Pretty good.
Excellent. Wonderful to hear. Now, today, of course, as always, we are going to be continuing our adventure, which, of course, is going to be set in the town of Korvosa in the Pathfinder world of Galarian. But before we jump into there, let's do a quick round of thank yous, starting, of course, with a thanks to our sponsors for the show. These are the people who help us keep the lights on and keep doing wonderful, awesome, and amazing games. And that is, of course, none other than Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. You can see behind me Sirenscape for the beautiful sound set that you will hear throughout the course of the game.
Curse of the Crimson Throne, 7 days to the grave.
Look, they even say the name of the adventure I'm playing. And of course, our biggest sponsor, and that is, of course, Hero Forge, for the wonderful art you will see on stream in our VTT, and of course, representing our characters who are not going to be on camera today, both Agnes and Dante, who can have little motion things. Right, guys?
Yay!
Hooray! I love the fact you were both. I love the fact you were both in sync on that. All right. Now, unfortunately, we are missing one of our players. Fido is not here to join us today, but we do wish him all the best and look forward to their swift return to the game table. But for now, however, let us celebrate the players we have here, tossing it over so that you can tell our lovely audience who you are and what you're playing, starting with none other than our dear friend Twiff.
Hello, I am playing Padrig, who is a spellshot gunslinger. Padrig was intending to go to college to learn to become a wizard, but he got expelled and disinherited when he was framed for murder by Gadrin Lan, who we killed, and has decided he likes shooting things better than magic anyway, and has continued along that path, trying to do some good working with the guards, and make a new name for himself.
Wonderful. And making a new name, you definitely are. And, of course, in the company of our dear Padrig is, of course, the fairy, the heir to the fairy throne, none other than Holly, played by the incredible Malakisa. Good morning, Mally.
Good morning, Doug. I am playing Holly, who, when her parents decided it was time to marry her off, decided she wanted to go elsewhere and not get married. So after reading tons of adventure books, she went off into the real world and wound up in Korvosa, meeting all these wonderful people as a rogue. And in the course of their adventures, saved quite a few orphans from Gadrian Lamb. And when the plague hit, all of the orphans got hit, and that being one of the wonderful good things that they had actually done as a party, she decided that she could not, under any circumstances, allow the orphans to die. And after going to every single temple in the entire city and realizing none of them could help except for one, she sold her soul to Asmodeus and is no longer a rogue and is now a cleric of Asmodeus and is now evil and is not terribly happy about it. But she knows that she did the right thing, even if she is now evil. And with her is her husky Penny, who she still loves.
Well, you know what they say about good intentions and where they lead. But very exciting stuff happening in the realm of Holly's background. Next up, we have, playing the role of Quinn, our dear friend, Ire Janasi. Hi, Ire!
Hey, Michael, how are you today?
A little sniffly because I inhaled a cat today. But other than that, super excited and super keen for today's game.
I am too. I am playing Quinn. She's a native to the city of Korvosa and an investigator by trade. She hooked up with these great folks on the trail of Gadrin Lamb, which everyone else has mentioned.
Indeed, indeed. And where exactly are you? We'll have to find out momentarily, because Quinn did not enter the hospice with everyone. But more on that in a moment. Next up, playing the role of the Kitsune Druid Dante, we have, of course, our dear friend Rykon.
Hello. Well, Dante hails from the wilds of Korvosa. A friend of his had passed away due to the drug patch, so he had taken to investigating, trying to find where it all came from. It has gotten him to, with these level, a bunch of people, and there's potentially something dire looming around the corner.
Indeed, indeed. I guess we'll have to see how dire that situation is going to be. Next up, last but certainly not least, playing the role of our dear matronly Agnes is none other than the incredible Laura Bones.
Hello.
Hello.
Indeed, Agnes, who is a mom, really. She's just a mom, bit of a psychic mom, but still a mom. And really she's doing all this because, yeah, she kind of wants to make the city safe, for her and also for her daughter. And now she's realized that it's the right thing to do. And it's a little bit exciting, to be fair. Deep down, it's a little bit exciting.
Very, very exciting. Now, before we get too far in, let us give thanks and welcome our raiders from Tavern of the World. Thank you so much for bringing your community in here with us to join. For those of you who know who I am, I'd welcome back. It's good to see you. And for those of you who don't, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and we are about to play some Pathfinder. Now, we haven't done the recap just yet, but of course, just a super fast recap of our players. Padrig, the gunslinging spellslinger, Holly, our newly appointed cleric of Osmodius Fairy, Quinn, our investigator, Dante, our druid kitsune, and Agnes, our psychic fortune teller, the psychic fortune teller mom. This is our group that is here for today. If you have any questions about the adventure, the plot, the story, or whatever, let me know in chat, and we'll answer it. Okay, now, before we kick off, there is one last person we have to give praise to, and that is, of course, you guys in the audience. Without you, we would not have a show. That is just flat out the truth. And that is because you guys are our biggest supporters, and there are a number of ways you can continue to support the game and support the adventures that we do here on the channel. Firstly, just by watching the show, you earn channel points, which you can use to influence the game, whether it's through insight bonuses, so our players get a clue on what situations might be good to work around whatever's happening, divine healing, which provides them a life-saving heal, or even divine intervention, which allows them rerolls. Lots of really, really cool ways that you guys can influence that, and subscribers get more points. So, you know, if you want to subscribe, there's that too. Next up, if you are, of course, feeling especially generous and want me to eat this week, there is a number of monetary donations that you have listed there. For $5, you can give a hero point to the players or a jinx point to moi. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense, roll with advantage, or give themselves a small bonus pre or post roll. For $10, I will go into my deck of plot twists and draw 3 cards. These 3 cards, you will then choose one of them, and that will immediately happen. And just be a thing. So yeah. For $20, we will give someone the coveted golden nat 20, which is a natural 20. And for $50, the big old 50, we will boost a boss encounter or provide our group with a magic item of your choice. And lastly, for the big $100, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is usually a game-changing event, something that will change the pace of the game or change the outcome, whatever the case is. In last game that we played, the secret menu item was an enemy turned ally, and that absolutely happened. And what was weird was the serial killing, necromantic, taxidermist physician type guy was the victim of last week's secret menu item, so we're resolving that this week. But the secret menu item for this week is more of the same. There is another potential ally within the confines of those who would do harm to our group, and the secret menu item will see, of course, a second twist of fate as interests align with our group. But that is, of course, one of the generous donations. The reason it's a secret menu item is because we only talk about it once, because Michael's nervous about that sort of stuff. All right. Cool. What say we do some introductions to our game today? Okay. Now, our adventure begins. For those of you who recall, the city of Korvosa was gripped in a plague that crossed the entire city, stemming from a plague ship carrying with it a virulent disease brought about by rats in a small magical coffer which poisoned not flesh or meat or even a person, but a gold coin. This gold coin was then spread to the city and the pestilence with it as well. Our heroes have been investigating it for many days, investigating the ship which brought this coin into Korvosa, investigating people who would exploit or otherwise use the people to their advantage, and finally learning that it was in fact the Church of Urgathoa, the goddess of undeath, gluttony, and disease, and their cultists within the city who are responsible. After tracking and following your noses, you have found the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden, a place which was supposed to bring healing to the plague, has apparently been kidnapping people, taking them from the streets, and even healthy people have been brought here for one reason or another. Agnes, among this, your daughter's boyfriend, has also been brought to this place, has not yet been found, but is somewhere within. After a swift infiltration, Padrick, Holly, Dante, and Agnes, you have managed to sneak into the back rooms and down a long and ominous elevator, only to find yourself in a carved makeshift temple. At first, it seems as though you've made your infiltration without being noticed. Dante, you having been wheeled in here as a distraction, are in a large, kind of almost ICU kind of room, except the other people here are not just afflicted with the blood veil, but some have risen from the dead and are moving hungrily and violently, thrashing around, only with thin straps of leather keeping them tied to their prospective beds. It is here that you have encountered Rolf Lamb, a previous enemy that you have not met yet. You have killed his father, who had been doing a lot of rather suspicious things throughout town, and you have raided his laboratory and attacked his assistant back in the graves when you were searching for the corpse of the young Shawanti warrior. But now he is here, and Dante, he has his sights set on you. But before he was able to cut flesh and stitch bones, another noise came as the others came from the elevator. It is here that we commence, as Rolf Lamb opens the door and sees Padrick, Holly, and Agnes standing before him. All right. Okay, we lost an ire, but hopefully we will have ire back, but we'll find out. Okay. Now.
Yeah, she'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. I will do this. Where is it?
Speaking of.
There she is.
Apologies.
Sweet, there we go. Done and done. Okay. So, now before we get started as well, we do have a couple of donations to work through, which I completely missed because they zoomed past me. Let's see. All right, Scully coming in with the glorious $85 donation. Thank you so much for your kindness. Oh, I did forget as well. All proceeds of donations are currently going towards PAX. Sorry, not PAX. What am I saying? Gen Con. Road to Gen Con is now up and above our little thing there, which is going to help us pay for accommodations and rooms and places to be, all the things. Let's see. Schoolie, the dice did not call for a boss buff. It is called for... let's see. Magic item for Dag to select the appropriate item. A plot twist, because it worked so well last time. And a hero point for Padrig, Dante, 2 for Quinn, and 1 for Holly. Look at that. That's very generous. Thank you so much. All right, let me get these in. 1 for Padrig. 1 for Holly. 2 for Quinn. Oops, that's not for Quinn. That's not Quinn. Boom, boom. 2 for Quinn. 1 for Dante. And let's do our plot twist super quick. All right, your plot twist, Schoolie, is... All right, something lost, a fleeting glimpse, or greed. Those options for you again are something lost, fleeting glimpse, or greed. Let me know which of these 3 plot twists...
I don't like any of those.
Let me know which of these plot twists you would like, and we will throw it in there. And it's greed. Okay, greed is the active plot twist. And as for magic item... okay, I've got a couple of good ideas. All right, I've got a couple of good ideas. So, Rolf Lamb opens the door and sees our 3 characters.
Do not fear, because I have no intention of attacking you, at least not here. Stay your weapons and hear me. You see, I work to cut flesh and make something beautiful. But the people here, they only see spreading virulence and rot. I know that you, or at least some of you, were responsible for the death of my father, Gadrin Lamb. But now is not the time to resolve petty squabbles. I ask instead that you allow me to help you stop this atrocity from spreading further within the city. It may not seem it, but I am still Korvosan myself, and refuse to go quietly, as those who would manipulate the people go unpunished.
While Rolf is talking,
Mhm.
Ollie is going to sneak a bullet into Padrig's belongings.
Padrig, meanwhile, is
Mhm.
distracted by Rolf, and is just gritting his teeth as he's listening to this.
Sure, not a problem. Padric, can I get you to make me a perception check, please?
All right.
And there is a penalty involved.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is fine and dandy. All right, you do not notice anything untoward as you are talking to Rolf. All right.
Okay. And is Rolf done talking now?
Yeah, he's waiting for you guys.
Okay, guys, I have to say something, and it's super important, and it kind of has to do with you guys. But okay, so what happened was the orphans that we saved, that I think that was the only good thing that we really did, because we've killed a lot of people, because we killed your father, Gadrian Lamb, and that was a necessary thing because he was a bad man. But I don't think it was a good thing, because I think when you kill people and you think it's good, I think that's when you're not a hero anymore. And I think we need to be heroes. But sometimes to be heroes, you have to do what's necessary and what other people can't do. But saving the orphans, that was the good thing that we did. And the orphans got sick. And I knew that Dante couldn't heal them all by himself. So I tried to get temple help, and none of the temples could help. So I finally had to go to the Asmodeus temple, and they said they could help, but the only way they could help was if I sold my soul. So now I'm a cleric of Asmodeus, and that's how I was able to help heal the orphans. And that wasn't a good thing either, but it was the necessary thing, so I did it. And then what happened was the door almost killed me, and I went down, and Agnes went down too. And Asmodeus offered to bring me back, but only if I stuck a bullet on Padrig. So Padrig, you have a bullet from Asmodeus that I just put in your pocket, and I don't know what it is, but you have that extra bullet, just so you know that it's there. But he wouldn't bring me back unless I agreed to do it and not get caught. And you didn't notice it, so I didn't get caught, and I signed that contract. But he didn't say anything about me not
actually,
telling you.
as you say this, unfortunately for you, you have been caught. As you have now revealed this.
But I did it without getting caught.
Padrig, Padrig, you kind of feel this as well. And Holly, and I'm going to say this to both Holly and Mally, while Holly may not have perceived this, there was no stipulation on how long you had to remain uncaught for this. And the assumption that as soon as you perform your act to not get caught was definitely foolish. As this happens, Rolf looks very confused, has no idea why you're ignoring him, and have no idea why you have completely and utterly shut him out of this conversation. But that soon swiftly changes as Padrig, your pouch begins to burn.
Well, shit. I'm gonna take my pouch off.
You take your pouch off.
Throw it away from everyone.
It is beset on fire, and you hurl it across the room. It continues to ignite. And as this happens, you watch as scorched into the ground where your bag once was. Now, I'm going to say that you've got multiple bags on your character. I'm not going to destroy all your belongings. I imagine you have an ammo pack that...
I like pockets. I'm a pouch guy. I like,
all right.
90s comics.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Now, firstly, your pouch lands here because you're quite knowledgeable. Fire plus bullets, bad. So you throw your pouch over to here, which is actually no. Let's throw it over here. Yes, perfect. As you throw it over in that direction, there is an explosion of your bullets in your cache. I'm going to give you whatever is left in the chamber of your gun, but your bullets then fire in random directions from this fire spreading outwards from your bag. Your bag softens it, and you can see these holes suddenly starting to explode from your bag. And a ring of fire now appears in the ground. This ring of fire at first seems to be just the explosion's debris, but as you closely inspect it, it is a hellish symbol. And you watch as the fire seems to continue to burn, but
Is it burn?
It burn. I fell into
Yeah.
a burning ring of fire. Yeah, okay.
Patrick's just flabbergasted at this and looking at Holly like,
oh, just wait for
what
it.
the hell did you just do?
Oh, we're not even done yet. In the center of the circle are a series of infernal symbols, which rim the edges of this circle. But you notice that in its center are a series of symbols which match those around the edges, and every minute, one of the symbols seem to change.
Are they written in Infernal? Because Agnes does speak Infernal.
It's just it's a clock. It's a around the edges
okay.
is the same way that you would in Infernal. You know the numerology of like the Infernal clock, which actually doesn't have 12. It's actually got like 24.
Or is it a countdown timer?
And you do notice it is counting down. The countdown seems to be 7 days.
Oh, now the 7 days at the Sirenscape demo
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. start to take on a real sinister.
Coming together.
I see.
Okay, so I might have messed up that particular contract. That was on me. But I didn't want to get anything stuck on you, and I didn't want to hurt anyone else in the party. So here's the thing. I wrote out this contract between me and everybody in the party. And here's what I wrote. I wrote that I will not deliberately harm through my action or inaction Patrick or Quinn or Dante or Agnes or Fido or Penny or Kane or Dante's Crow at all. And I will not deceive any of them either. And I signed it, and that is a contract between all of us. And then Holly's finally going to turn to Rolf, because I'm sure he's very confused at this point. And you are a bad man, and I don't like you, but the Urgathoans are bad too, and we need help because we can't do it by ourselves. So if you will sign a contract like this, but with my name on it that you can't hurt me either, and you help us get rid of all the Urgathoans, and you get rid of this plague with us, we will let you go after it's over for your help.
Oh,
But
dearie, I
afterwards,
think
we're
there's
even.
been quite enough contracts signed already. I think.
Yes, to be honest, after the whole thing with the giant circle of fire, I'm not overly. I'm not entirely feeling like I should be signing anything that you hand me.
I don't trust you.
I
And-
clearly don't trust you either, because again, it seems as though you work for quite nefarious purposes and are quite judgmental as well, small fairy.
Well, it's obvious you can't break the contract because you may not be afraid of us and you may think that you can take us out, but these contracts are backed by a god.
Oh, I never said anything of the such. I just mean that I'm not going to sign anything for you because you seem as though you are rather, how to put this, manipulative. And it seems as though, quite clearly in this case, you quite seem to have attempted to weasel your way around a contract and failed. The fact that you are doing such things make me not want to work with someone who would make me sign a contract that they would very likely weasel their way around.
Well, this contract you can't weasel your way around.
Well,
The
I'm not
contract
going
I
to.
signed
Again, I'm not going to
is
sign
that-
it. It's just stupid for me to do so. That would be like
so then
me.
how do we trust you?
How do you trust me? The fact that I walk up and tell you exactly what I am and who I am, and it clearly seems as though you are a person working for, and I cannot stress this enough, that you are working for Asmodeus of all people, are trying to lay judgment
you're
on me for being a bad
responsible for the
person.
plague.
I think it's just absolute horseshit. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like me doing some rather unscrupulous things to people who have already dead pales into comparison to working for the infernal duke of the 9th level of hell. It just
You
maybe
are
it's just
Patrick
me.
is like face palming at this point.
Rough coughing in the background.
All right, let's Holly. We obviously have to have some conversation about your recent life choices because that's a doozy. I don't know what you stuck in my pocket, but it blew up. You probably shouldn't have mentioned it to me because I didn't know. You, Rolf.
Yes.
We need to forget what the fairy said. We're not going to sign anything. I agree. I think that's probably a bad idea. And seeing the outcome of what's just happened, we have a lot on the table to discuss. Right now, let's hold that because I'm still heavily wounded. let's take a step back, take a deep breath, and let's everyone think coherently about what is being discussed here.
All right. He's going to invite you He's going to invite you to the break room, which is actually just to the south here, in order to discuss where the other people will not be able to hear. He does point out that if you choose not to follow him, that is also perfectly fine, but he could sound the alarm and have you killed here. And so you moving to a different location is of no more risk to you than he is right now.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. As you guys do so, we now cut to the ward, where Dante, you are strapped in. Several clerics of Urgathoa are overseeing and looking almost proudly at the corpses and sick people that seem to be laid up here. As people are coughing and spluttering, you kind of watch as they're not indifferent. They're very much like trying to ease their suffering, but only because easing their suffering increases it, or extends it, should I say. All right, let's get this here. All right, there it is. All right. Now, as they are moving around and doing this, one of the Queen's physicians approaches you. And as they do, they lean in close and check on your leather straps. At this point, Quinn, dressed as a Queen's physician, standing over Dante, what would you like to do? As this figure is you.
Oh, goody. I'd like to obviously liberate him from his restraints.
Very well. Would you like to do so quietly, as the other two in this room are not the most forgiving of sorts?
Yes, very quietly. And so how thorough is my disguise? Like, he can see my face and recognize me? Yes.
No. Currently you have a plague doctor's mask, the big plague doctor's robes, and the little pot pie hat on the top of your head. So he can't currently see who you are.
Okay, I'll just say, shh, Dante, everything's gonna be okay. As I undo his straps and hoping he recognizes my voice.
The voice you hear, Dante, is... Keep calm, Dante. Recognize the sound of my voice. You are safe here. Definitely Bane.
What?
It's definitely Bane, 100%. I was born from darkness, molded by it. No, it's fine.
Oh, you're horrible. Just dreadful.
No, you definitely hear Quinn's voice, Dante, and you can definitely tell it is her underneath that mask.
So I'll free him from his restraints. And I beg your pardon, may I please also have the map back so that I can see?
Absolutely, yes. Please make a stealth check as you untie the straps. There is an advantage here, which I've applied, because you are doing so, while they're busy, kind of tending to the other people in the room.
Right. All right. I'm not the stealthiest of swords, but just hoping for the best.
Okay, with a 14. Let's see how these guys go. Okay, yeah, you got a pretty good chance. Yeah. Ooh, maybe not. Wait, what? Hold on. Nope, that was wrong. That should be a -4, so that's a 13. So with a 13, that is a failure. They do not notice what you're up to.
Yes. So we've got 3 plague zombies, two other cultists.
That's correct.
All right. I'm thinking about. So, as I look around the room, is there any way to as I've been traversing this place in my disguise and I've gotten into this room without any issue, do I know if there's any reasonable reason I could take this patient from the room to somewhere else without arousing suspicion? Would I know that?
Yes. You know that a few of the victims have been taken to what's only referred to as the vats. Or to see or to see the old man.
Okay.
You don't know what either of these things mean, but yeah, you saw someone come in at one point and say, the old man wants this one. Or, I'm going to take this guy to the vats, and then that guy gets wheeled out.
Okay. On the gurney, I assume. They get wheeled out on, like, whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, the gurney that Rolf took is still up where he is, but there is another one here in the room as well.
Yeah. I'm going to take this one to the vat and move to take Dante to the gurney.
Okay. They have no reason to question you. Your infiltration has been pretty thorough up until this point. You bring the gurney over, and Dante, you kind of like get rolled onto it, and I'm gonna say that just because to continue the subterfuge, you kind of pretend to strap the leathers on him, but you don't actually secure it or anything like that, and wheel Dante out. As you do so, you could see that you're in the kind of, it's called the Princess Bacana. Behind thick panes of glass and fragments, you can see whole bodies of living dead lining the walls of this room. It is an unsettling room, almost like a menagerie of death, with rotten faces sneering back, with broken fingers clawing at the glass, trying to reach from you. As they sort of stretch in vain, their splinter appendages grasping hopelessly at you as you kind of move through. It's almost like this stomach-churning version is like kind of art, like a living art piece. So as you move, their hands sort of follow you back and forth through this particular room.
That's nasty. Okay. And I beg your pardon, I've lost my map again. I meant to save it down to the bottom. There we go.
Not a problem at all.
So, have I been here long enough to know which of these doors go to where?
Yes, of course. The door to the north leads you to the sleeping quarters and the barracks, where the doctors and the occultists live, basically. To the east are the vats. Large green pulsating vats that are filled with kind of this thick slime you haven't been able to identify. There are an assortment of other doors and corridors which you haven't been able to investigate along that side as well, and no one is allowed further in apart from the cultists of Urgathoa. But you're disguised as one of the doctors, so you're not allowed past there. Then you haven't pushed your luck yet. Back towards the east, you know that is where the elevator is, as well as a, kind of where the doctors are indoctrinated, as they are sworn in to their service. And there's a break room down there as well.
All right. So I'm assuming that the door to the ward behind me has closed and that I am essentially alone with Dante in here.
That is correct.
Dante, are you okay?
You look at Dante's cold, dead eyes. Because he might be muted, or he might be away.
No, I do.
Dante!
All right.
Dante! Dante!
Wake up! Speak to me! Speak to me!
Start slapping him.
Forcefully shove a healing potion.
Oh, I'm gonna go twice.
Yeah, I think. Are you unmuted?
Oh, there we go.
my friend there had unmuted. So would the elevators be the way to get him out of this place?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I'm going to take him on the gurney to the elevators.
All right. You begin to make your way towards the elevators. As you enter the next chamber, you see something quite horrifying. You see Padrig's bag on the ground in tatters in the center of what looks to be a hell ring with infernal symbols that seem to be shifting and moving, beset upon in fire and infernal flame. But we will come back to this as we now enter the break room, where the four of you are now speaking to one another.
Hello. There we go.
Hey, there he is. Did you want to say anything?
I had to unplug and then replug my headphones for some odd reason.
That was weird.
Dante would have did the so hand gesture and then pointed at his throat and then made a hand talk motion and then closed it. They can't speak, essentially.
So you're just being cautious about it? Yep. No worries.
Yeah.
Quinn, do you have any response to that?
What's the potion gesture? I missed that. What? He needs a potion?
No, he can't talk.
Oh, motion. Can't
motion,
talk
yeah.
motion. Got it. Okay. Fair enough. And I'll just nod.
His sickness has gone that far.
So I need, cure disease. I don't even know if I have any. Hang on. While you take care of the scene in the other room, I will go check my inventory.
Okay. Now, Rolf once again opens up negotiations. He says,
I'm not entirely sure what exactly you're doing, but I presumed from the fact that you have come here, you are trying to stop what is going on with the cultist. If that is your interest, then I have no interest in stopping you from doing so. If you want, we could throw down if you really need, but otherwise, right now, you are serving my interests.
We did come here with the intention of stopping what's going on with these cultists. The information that we had received indicated that this was less a hospital and more a furthering the spread of the plague sort of place. We also did receive indications that you were responsible for this, but it sounds like from what you're saying, you are not. So I think we need to get an understanding of what's going on here.
He coughs as you suggest that he is responsible. He says,
No, this is not my doing. As I said, my work is too important. But I do pray and give worship to the lady, the pallid princess, much like the one who is responsible. They reached out and sought my assistance. That is the only reason I am here. It not only ensures that I am free of the plague, but also that I can work to my own interest. The person you seek, her name is Andason, and she is the Hierophant of the temple here. It is her grand design that has fallen upon this city. Her and that infernal creature that she calls to aid her in her research. A vampire.
Oh, right, one of those three again.
Yes.
I
Anyway.
suppose you know where they take the people that are stolen from the docks.
Oh, yes. We have a number of people that have been taken from all over the city. If you did not find them upstairs, then they would either be in our research room, just adjacent, or even perhaps being kept by the vampire already. If they're in neither of these places, then you do not want to find what remains, my friends. Because you will not like what you discover.
So,
Right.
what is your purpose? You're working with these people, but working against them, because they don't align with what you intend. What's your goal here? You're willing to help us if we're willing to help you? You're just willing to help us so that you can be left alone to play with your dead bodies?
I have no interest in stopping the game of cat and mouse. For me, it's just bad for business if everyone is dead. You see, if there is no one to appreciate your art, then why create it? What they seek is a city-wide plague so powerful and dangerous it will wipe them all out in a matter of 7 days. I simply do not wish to stop you from hindering their plans, which are different from my own, though we do serve the same God. And if I could ensure your success, that would be more preferable than the success of these cultists.
Right, and how would you intend to help?
he reaches around his neck and pulls out a key.
The temple itself is closed to many. Only select few are able to go into Andason's deepest chambers. I am one of them. This key will allow you access.
He throws the key onto the table that's in this room.
Or we could just kill you now and take the key.
Holly, I think you need to be quiet right now. We're in no shape to be killing anyone. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't trust your judgment right now. We'll discuss that later. What I'm interested in...
Oh, super quick.
Yeah, he is an Urglin.
Super quick, while because the audience can't see this, if you guys can see above me, all of our character tokens have these little marks next to them. In Fantasy Grounds, what these mean is how injured characters are. So right now, Holly is still on full health. She is gunning and ready to go. Agnes, however, is quite injured. about just a little lower than half or around halfway for the yellow, and Padrick is on his way to yellow as well. So if you're ever at any point where you are, as an audience member, unsure of how many hit points everyone has, those are good indications of how healthy or injured people are. Okay, sorry, continue.
All right. We just got our asses handed to us by a door. So I think we need to think long and hard about how we want to proceed and what you are looking for in exchange for whatever aid you give us.
Also,
Because
how
that's
likely is
key. Yeah, that's key as to whether we take this key.
I want
True.
nothing.
And also, is the door going to do that again? Or
Not
is it
so
just
long
going
as
to
you
once?
have the key.
Right. Okay. Excellent.
Or if you are wearing the robes of the other temple people. Now, I do not want anything else. I am simply going to leave now. And if you want to fight me, then we'll fight, I guess. But that's basically it. I'm going to walk out and go on a smoke break while you do whatever it is you do. If you succeed, then it works in my favor. If you fail, I'll come back and pretend like I knew nothing had happened. If you sell me out, rest assured they'll believe my word over yours, and I'll ensure that whatever fate has befallen the people who go missing in this city will be a pleasant dream compared to what I will do and unleash upon your body.
So we're just gonna leave him at our backs and trust that everything's gonna be fine?
Let me take the elevator.
For
I'm
now,
gonna go up.
yes.
Right now, I trust him more than I trust you, Holly.
Look, I tried at least.
You sold your soul to a fiend instead
save
of.
Sorry,
Wait,
I just
really?
before you dive into this, I feel as though this is very
Yeah.
personal. So I'm just going to leave the key here, and I'm leaving.
Yes.
If you choose to follow me and
I'm-
attack me, then I will kill you. But other than that, I wish you sincere luck in your journey. And if you want to stop me, you know where to find me. My assistant told me about you visiting my laboratory, and I look forward to greeting you as honored guests should you try that bullshit again. And he will leave.
Unless someone wants to stop him.
Who the devil are you? Just kidding.
No, that's actually perfect. All right. So let's do this. That's actually freaking great. So as he walks out, now Quinn, you see Rolf Lamb walking out of the break room. Now Rolf Lamb is renowned. He is a serial killing necromancer, and you were not expecting to see him here. Well, you were kind of expecting to see him here, like, you know, in terms of stuff. He sees you wheeling someone on a stretcher. He sees it's Dante. He looks at you and looks at Dante, and there's this moment of tension. And he says,
Why don't you go and take a quick break? I'll watch your friend for a while.
he steps
Oh,
forward
I
and
don't think that will be.
he steps forward and puts his hand on Dante's shoulder and says,
Oh no, I insist.
I put my hand on the hilt of my sword.
he places
I
his hand
insist
on
that-
his little surgical pouch next to him.
Are we aware? Is the door still open?
God.
The door is slightly
Or-
ajar. Quinn, you can make an investigation check here. Which
Yeah, I was
is-
gonna say, do I recognize Patrick's pouch?
You do recognize Patrick's pouch. Wait. Let's go with a Oh, you got lore underworld. Let's go lore underworld, because this is kind of like
Okay.
this is technically double speak.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, 1 second.
With a 15, and you are trained in this, you realize that Rolf, is if you were made, if you had been caught, he wouldn't ask you to go take a break, right? That's very weird. That bit there stands out to you as code. You don't see anyone in the doorway, and you don't trust this guy at all. But you know that Dante is awake and is fully lucid. And worst case scenario, you know that Dante is quite a capable individual who, while obviously protection is needed, he could definitely come and get. Yeah, the break room is across the room, right? Like if Dante was in danger, it would take you but a second to come back to his aid.
So, what I hear you seeming to suggest to me is that it's okay for me to go to the break room and leave Dante with
Yes, cautiously, but yes.
serial killing necromancer.
Or at least if you're curious about what the necromancer is alluding to in the break room, yes.
All right. So I will whisper to Dante, sit tight. You're going to be fine. And I will go over to the break room.
All right. As you do so, he watches
That's
you.
where everybody else is, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. As you make your way there, Rolf seems to look at Dante and, without a second thought, heads towards the elevator and simply leaves.
Okay, leaving Dante where he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you open the break room and you are suddenly confronted by your friends.
While looking like a plague doctor.
Yes, while looking like a plague doctor. I'm just going to
just
stand
like,
there taking
quick,
in the scene for a
grab
second.
it.
They try to
Yoink.
grab you.
What are they grabbing? What are you grabbing?
You.
Ew,
Oh,
like,
me as
like, we
entirely,
think we've just
okay,
been.
not-
Agnes thinks she's just been caught, so she's just like, quick, grab it.
Have you lost your minds?
As I'm imagining the three of you tackling this doctor to the ground, the plague doctor mask sort of falls off, and you hear Quinn yelling at you.
Jeez.
Quinn.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Oh,
Get up.
oh.
Shh, shh, shh.
I
Oh,
think
that's
a
I
really
have
fun
bleed
place.
again. Oh, yes.
I've got Dante. We gotta
definitely.
go. We gotta go.
I made something bleed again. Oh.
Out of character, Dag, I have a quick question on spellcasting. Can I cast Remove Disease again and take away one of the other spells I have prepared?
No.
Yep,
Because
have
you
to
are a
prepare
cleric.
as a higher
meaning-
cast.
Yep. Yeah, unless it's a higher cast.
I was kind
No,
of
no,
hoping
you,
maybe.
you had to prepare it as a higher cast.
Oh,
think.
right. Okay,
Because
yeah.
you are a prepare class. I don't know specifically for a cleric, so I'd have to look
Yeah.
into
So
it.
for a cleric, basically, you like, let's say you have 3 level 3 spells per day. You would need to decide each of those spells. So if you want to cast Cure Remove Disease 3 times, you need to prepare Remove Disease 3 times. If you leave a spell slot blank, you can take 10 minutes to quickly, sort of study up and then assign that to whatever spell you would like. So in this case, if you're out of this correct level of spell, you won't be able to prepare it again. And if you've already prepared something, you won't be able to. You know what? Let's house rule this. I like the ability to change your spells, but I would say it's the same rules. You'd have to take 10 minutes to unattune, and then another 10 minutes to reattune to a different spell. House rule.
Yeah, because
Okay.
in Pathfinder they were spontaneous casters for healing.
No, they weren't. Oh, for healing specifically, yeah. But that's the same thing as
Alright,
like the
and
spell
I-
mastery feat and stuff.
And I'm not yet aware that Holly is a cleric, so I'm going to say to Padraig, do you have any cure disease potions?
Let me check and make sure that if I do, they weren't in the bag that blew up. Give the glare at.
What happened?
Oh, we've got some things to talk about.
I'll say
Yeah.
while you're searching the bag, the group tells you about what had happened not just too long ago regarding Holly, the bullet, the flaming bag, and stuff like that. All right, so from the looks of your inventory, I would say that your ammunition is destroyed, including your silver bullets and holy water. Your
Okay, so
Yep. I'll just set those to 0 in terms of how many you have left. Don't delete them because you'll likely buy some more.
right.
I'll say that
have to buy some more. I do have one cured
sorry,
remove disease potion. Looks like.
I think that one's fine. I'll also say, okay, you know what? I'll just set these. I'll say your alchemist fire is also gone. I would say. Actually, I'll say most of your alchemist fire and acid flasks are gone. So that'll be your frost vial. Your dark vision elixir will be fine. Your comprehend elixir would be fine. Your salamander elixir will be fine. Your infiltrator elixir will be fine. Rope soap, yeah, well, that'll be fine. Dueling pistols will be fine. You're out of rounds, except for the rounds in your gun currently. Your frost vial's gone. And your Dizale rounds are gone. And your potions, those potions are fine. And your sunburst bullets are gone as well. Cool. All right, there we go. Done. So basically everything that would be
that once.
So those are what were in your ammo box. Basically, is what I'm going with. Anything that I would justify would be in your ammo box. Like for example, I don't imagine your potion of cure disease would be where your ammo is kept. You know what I mean? But
right.
I definitely think your ammo.
All be.
Yeah, but I definitely think your ammo, your alchemical flasks that do damage, definitely would be in your the same place you keep your ammo and stuff. It's like your cache of weapon stuff. So yeah. All right.
Right. So I've got one silver bullet because it only chambers one bullet at a time, but luckily I can magically make them.
Sweet. Okay.
I will take the 20 minutes and then cast remove disease on Dante.
Well,
right.
no, I've got a potion. I'm just going to give it to him.
Sure, you want to waste?
I don't think we want to spend 20 minutes down here.
Okay.
All right. So Quinn, you've now been updated. Oh, sorry, Quinn and Dante, you've both been updated on what has happened, what the ring means, etc., etc., etc. You guys have a period of time, which I'm not disclosing, to resolve this however you would like to. It is up to you.
Agnes is going to sit down and just take a few moments and do a little meditation and heal herself.
Yeah, by all means. Nice. You take a deep breath, and as you breathe in, there's it's kind of almost a smell of medicinal herbs as your body begins to stitch some of its wounds.
That's kind of nice.
So, as far as going forward, we've got this key. We're a little less beat up than we were before. Everything that I had that would have been helpful against the undead, especially considering that we now know there's a vampire involved, is burning in that circle of infernal fire.
Oh.
So how do we want to proceed?
Especially since we've got the doomsday clock too.
Right.
Right, but that's in days. I'm hoping it's not gonna take days to, well, explode.
No, I was just thinking that if we're not kitted out.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
How many people? How many bad guys are in the other room?
Quinn, you know the following. There are 2 cultists who were in the room working with yourself. In the resting room, there are 4 cultists, 3 3 of the doctors, and a handful of skeletons, maybe 4 or 5 skeletons in there. There's the vats, which is the next area you've been to, which contains about 6 cultists in that room there. But you also know that there is a powerful vampire somewhere in this facility, but you've not found them yet.
Understood. I relay this information.
We need some disguises.
We do, because we still need to find, hopefully, if we can, and get him out. Thomas.
With an inside bonus from Viren Croc. Also, thank you so much for the inside bonus. You know the following. With Quinn still in disguise, it would not be difficult for them to go to the barracks where people are sleeping and acquire clothes and disguises for everyone. Would be a very simple matter.
Excellent.
While
Let's
they
do
are
that.
discussing, Dante will use a heal in AoE form so that he can get both Patrick and Agnes healed.
Very well, you may do so.
And both heal for 22. So
Wow.
Agnes is fully healed.
All right, very nice. Okay.
Right. So, Quinn, you reckon
Yeah?
we could rustle us up some disguises?
I
Also,
think we
how
should.
long have you been in here? No, never mind. Good on you. Right, we'll discuss it later. Disguises. Good, but I'm really grateful. And she reaches out and she just gives you a big hug. And she's like, I'm really glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. Let's go to the barracks. That's the most likely place for us to get gear for you guys.
Yes, right. Well, you do that
Alright.
and we'll wait here.
Oh, am I going to fetch it?
Well, you're in
Oh,
disguise.
we're already in disguise.
Yeah, I'll put my schnozberry back on.
All right.
All right, we'll wait back in the break room so that we're not just standing in this hallway
Yeah.
with a burning ring of infernal fire.
Don't
maybe.
bother moving yourselves back. Well, this will be relatively quick. Now, heading to the north, you make your way to the indoctrination room, which is really funny because it indoctrinates doctors. Ha. As you head there, you can find that there are a series of the doctor's robes. We have a magic bag too. All right. So, magic bag from McBluff. And we also still have the magic item. Now, originally I was only going to give you guys one of these, but I think tied together with the magic bag, let's boost up Schooly Eye's lovely and generous donation here. You find a set of the Plague Doctor's attire for everyone, but most importantly, each of you now have a brand spanking new porcelain mask. Now, as you each gain one of these masks, you are now immune to the effects of Blood Veil, as well as have the effects of any ongoing Blood Veil removed from your person. On top of
Nice.
which, you will gain a you'll get a bonus, I don't know what we're going to make the bonus. We'll say it's probably bonus equal to your level, on your fortitude to resist diseases while you're wearing this mask.
Nice.
I will write it down in
Thank you,
Discord.
guys.
Included in a mask.
Immune to Blood Veil. Remove Blood Veil. Plus, let's say half level. Plus half level to fort versus diseases. Done. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I was about to say half level feels a bit more balanced.
Yeah. All right. So that is the plague
Okay,
mask you guys have been
returning to
given.
Returning to the group, I pass out the doctor's outfits, and you'll never guess what I found. There were these 2 lockers there. One was marked School Eye, and the other one was marked McBluff. And these masks. Can you believe the luck?
Wow. That is impressive.
Thank goodness they were here.
Right. puts on disguise.
All right. So-
Dante's tail sticking out of it in the back.
Holly gets lost in the sleeve of one.
Well, thankfully there are enough for most of you guys, so you're all good there. And thank you again to both McBluff and Schooly Eye for the lovely and charitable donation of these magic items to our lovely group.
We still have the gurney. We could just hide Holly like in the gurney or something.
No, I'd say that there's some gnomish sized ones as well. Like it's not just pure humans as well. So yeah.
Cuff the sleeves and stuff.
Hmm.
And I imagine you can just tuck your wings back. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I can hide them. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, armed and equipped, dressed to impress, our heroes valiantly proceed forward, with no more attention being drawn to them because of their attire. You are now free to move through the space. Where would you like to go? Oh, unless you had other things you wanted to talk about. I don't want to rush you guys.
No, I think we're going to have to let's focus on the task. We'll deal with the Holly situation later. Thomas is our focus right now. Quinn, you've been here. Do you know how to get to where he might be?
Well, I don't know where he might be. Dad, confirm I would not have been anywhere to see him. Because I had
You have not seen him, no.
zombies in the ward, so wasn't, if it was him, it's too late. But yeah, I'm afraid I haven't seen him.
Right, well, we need to search everywhere.
All right, so we can rule out where Dante was because you would have seen him in there.
I mean, he said that they'd been taking people from all over, so it's not just Thomas now. We really need to
No.
help these people if we can. Otherwise, well, what's the point, really?
All right, well, I say then do what we can. If we find a vampire, we run like hell and hopefully don't get murdered by it.
All right.
That would be a good assumption.
Yeah.
All right. Using your best judgment, you begin to make your way to the east. You know to the south, which is where Quinn and Dante were, there was no sign of Thomas. And to the north is the barracks, which again, no sign of Thomas there. So you make your way to another set of double doors, and using the keys that Rolf Lamb gave you, make your way into the blood vats. The stinging scent of harsh chemicals choke this high-ceilinged room. 3 huge metal vats bubble here, each more than 6 foot tall. A sturdy set of catwalks hangs above the ground here, and surround these vats, allowing those who attend to observe whatever horrible, foul-smelling slurry is produced. This green, foul, brown mist emanates from each gigantic vessel, circling the upper portion of the room, as almost like this elaborate mosaic of black and white, and green, which depicts what looks to be a half-skeletal woman in black veils dancing among a field of the dead, undead, and dying. In this room as well, oh, sorry, one moment. I have too many creatures on the board. Let me try that again. There we go.
Just a bit.
Oh, that sounded bad.
No, because I'd populated the other room when Dante was in it. So I'm just clearing those out first. There we go.
Nice, I should move Agnes, because we left behind.
All right, there you go. All right, you see a number of cultists here moving around these vats.
You there? What are you doing? Is something the matter?
A patient. A patient ran away, and I think the patient ran in this direction. Did you see him?
A patient escaped? No, not in this
Yes.
direction.
Quick, we
You
need
sure
to
he
conduct a
didn't
search.
sneak-
He couldn't have gone far. You two, go with them. Search the wards. Try the prison chambers. 2 guards step forward. And they will head out the other way. And these 2 get ordered. You both, go and let the mistress know that we have some escapees. And they'll head out the back.
The funnier part is the gurney that's still sitting back there, so it helps the situation a bit.
It
At
does.
least it gives it verisimilitude.
Yeah.
Oh, it
At least
absolutely
was pretty
does.
good.
All right. Yeah, they don't question it. They begin to immediately react as if there are people missing. All right. What's your next course of action?
I guess we follow
Follow the-
whoever we were instructed to follow, so it doesn't look suspicious.
Yeah, as to the prison
Yeah,
section.
Yeah.
prison section.
All right. They head down to the place where Dante was being held, and you guys can follow down that way. They continue down to here. Now these 2 guys are basically they start by going like, they ask questions like, how did they escape? Did you see them? All this, like basically they're just asking a bunch of questions about like, what happened.
Agnes is like, oh, apparently I heard there was a fire.
Fire?
Yes.
Well, that's another concern. Is there a fire? We're underground. That's very bad.
There's some sort of green fire by the elevator, and there's an empty gurney, and we don't know what's going on.
We'll check here first, and then we'll go check the elevator. So the room that they take you is a room with iron doors with slotted windows, like one would find in a prison or an asylum. The lines of this wall on this chamber are covered with faint flecks of blood that have dried on the wall and flagstone. 5 of the 8 cells seem to hold captive Varisian men and women of a variety of different ages and all walks of life. It looks as though they are partially starved and as though they've been here for quite a while.
Is there anybody else in this corridor now, besides us and the 2 cultists?
Mm-mm.
Good, because Agnes is going to take a rolling pin out. She's going to smack the closest one to her right across the head with it.
All right, make your attack as you smack this guy.
Wow, I
In
thought Holly
fact-
was gonna do that.
Give yourself a +2 bonus because this guy is not expecting a rolling pin of all things to be smashing him in the head.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to suggest this maybe like trying to lock him in one of the cages, but this works.
That's true. Well, we
Knock
can
him
do
out and
that
put him in a
after.
cage.
Yeah. How do I let me attack for this? No.
Non-lethal damage.
No. Hmm.
The other 2 doctors from here are currently in the barracks, so they are changing shifts.
Oh.
I was thinking about where they were, and I was like, yeah, no, they'll be changing shifts by now.
Did you add the +2?
I did.
A 16 that
Agnes
will
isn't
miss.
really a fighter.
So as you go to hit this guy, that will whiff. The other cultist immediately springs into action, and we are going to go into initiative.
What? Can we? Agnes is gonna wait until like in the other cell as well. before this happens, if you know what I mean. Like,
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so let's
in the
move some
south
people
chamber,
around.
yeah.
So they'll be roughly here. Like he's not gonna go too deep in. Like he can see all of the cells from here, and the other one definitely is not like they're not walking side by side. So that's perfectly
I'm just
fine.
gonna try and step up and clock him one,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
then
That's
miss
fine.
and just be like, oh.
All right. Come on now. Look, I
What
just want...
noise was that?
Ignore
I'm
that.
kind
Don't
of
worry.
tempted to use my natural 20, to be honest with you. But I was like,
Somebody
"Don't
paid
wanna."
for a T-Rex, didn't they?
What? No, it's fine. Don't
You
worry
better
about
not
it.
have. Had my fair share of T-Rexes, thank you very much.
Let's try that again, shall we? All right, beautiful. So our initiatives have been rolled. Padrig, you are up first. You know the noise is coming from behind the GM screen. Yes. Also, that is a good point. Thank you for reminding me. There are zombies attached to the beds here as well.
All right, so I'm really best at loud attacks, and that's not what we want to be doing here.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna hit him with the butt of my gun. See if I can knock him out. You know,
All right.
yeah, double hand to the back of the. Would that be a fist attack?
Yeah, let's go with an unarmed
Or-
strike, and I'll give you a I'll treat it like a mace or a club, so it'll be a D6 plus your strength for damage.
Okay.
I think that's what Agnes did for a
Yeah,
moment,
so-
just equip the club.
My
Mm.
unarmed is. Well, that's a shitty roll.
All
I'm
right.
gonna re-roll that.
Okay, that's a
was
using a
terrible.
hero point. Boom.
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
All right, 1 hero point down,
We
and
can
give it another go.
we can do better than a 2, hopefully.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you do that, you can just use a hero point
Oh.
to automatically succeed, or you can crit. I mean, fine, never mind. Carry on.
Take the crit.
All right,
All right,
roll your damage
so-
as you land a critical hit.
All right, so you said one. So my unarmed fist attacks is 1d4 plus 4. So this would be 1d6 plus 4. Would actually be 2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 8.
2d6 plus 8. So I put 8 in the
Modifier?
adjusting area.
Yep, and then
And
just
then
roll
grab-
2d6.
2 and roll them in the chat or roll them on him.
Chat, please. Nice, 14 points
14.
of damage. All right, he did not like that. Whack! That is your first attack. You have 2. Oh, and sorry, give me a number between 1 to 5 as we get our critical hit on.
Let's go with a 3.
All right, with a 3, bludgeoning. Target now also takes 1d4 persistent bleed damage. All right, so he is bleeding, which he'll do on his turn. But yeah, you whack him 1. You've got 2 more actions. What do you want to do? Oh, actually, sorry, 1 more action because you would have had to have drawn your weapon out.
Well, I've got quick draw.
Oh,
Does
do
that?
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep. No, then never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have 2 actions then.
I will give him another whack. Go down.
Smack.
All right. And that's a 1d6 plus 4. So I'll roll that in the chat. Another 8 points.
Okay, 8 points. That is... Oh, he is not enjoying any of that. All right, third action.
Third action, I'm actually going to cast shield.
All right. A shield of energy gathers around you. You should be able to drop the condition on yourself. in the game.
Yeah, it's just shield raised, so it should give me that +1 to my AC, right?
Yep. Sweet.
Shield raised, yeah.
All right. Next up, the cultists. Now, this cultist is, again, not expecting to have been, attacked. And we'll pull out what looks to be a scythe. Forget what it says in terms of the weapon.
Oh.
But we'll turn to Patrick. And we'll critically miss. Not on my watch. I'm going to use a jinx point.
Agnes is like, where was he hiding that?
It's kind of clipped to his back. And that's still a miss. Dang. Okay. Never mind. Second
At
action.
least it's not a critical.
It's true. Second action, he's going to try and hit Holly. That is a critical miss. Not on my watch. Jinx point again. Come on. Give me something good.
Nope.
Nope. It's definitely a critical miss.
Oh,
All right. Damn.
that is the
Look,
hardest critical miss ever.
I hit him in the back of the head twice with a rifle butt. He's a
Oh
little,
yeah, he's
like,
definitely concussed. Like, he is definitely not in a good way. All right. Holly, give me a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go with 5.
All right, 5 it is. With his concussion, he's fatigued. Basically, he's just worn himself out. And that is all he will do. Next up is cultist number 2, who got hit by Agnes. He too is going to pull out a scythe, and with one action is going to swing at Agnes. And will miss. And with his second action, actually he shouldn't have had a third attack anyway, so that's fine. But we'll miss. So yeah, both of them will take one action to draw their scythes out and then swing, but completely miss. And that is what they do. Agnes, you're up.
So this time Agnes is just gonna be like, I don't even know why I bothered with this thing. And then she's going to throw out her hand and mutter some words into her breath, and a 15-foot cone, she's going to cast Shatter Mind. It's basic
Just
will
a
save.
wee shatter mind is all.
Yeah, it's basic will save as well.
Just a wee bit.
All right.
Oh, well,
Well, he makes the save and he takes no damage.
none whatsoever. He feels a little tickle across his brain, just a little tingle.
Little ticket.
Well, yeah. And Agnes looks very surprised and goes, well, seems like nothing's working today.
All right, done and done. Do you have any
And
other
then she'll,
actions?
back up. Yeah, she's going to back up a bit. She's going to run away.
All right. Sweet as these guys don't have attacks of opportunity, I think. They do not. All right. Next up is Dante. You are sickened and your tongue is still swollen and you cannot speak.
Oh.
Nothing with
Well,
verbal.
Nothing with verbal.
So, it's awkward then if not all that. So I need to relook on how wands if I need to actually use a verbal component with it.
Now keeping in mind, the disease is cured, but it will take you some few days to recover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Agnes, and apparently she's got fetid fumes as a condition.
I didn't want to say anything.
No, it's already applied. I just don't remember what it was.
Thanks. We tried to hide it with perfume.
All right. Do you want us to come back to you, Dante?
Give me a moment.
All right, cool. In which case, we will go to Holly.
Holly is going to cast Vampiric Maiden on cultist number 1.
Mm-hmm. All right, he fails the saving throw on Vampiric Maiden. What does it do?
Let's see. It does pierce. Man. 44 piercing and 44 negative damage. And a failure, the target is briefly trapped within a Vampiric Maiden, takes full damage, and is immobilized by the Iron Maiden for 1 round, or until it uses an interact action to extricate himself, whichever comes first.
Nice. All right. So you guys watch as Holly begins to draw symbols into the air and speak the divine words, and suddenly a ghostly Iron Maiden erupts out of the ground and slams shut on the cultists, trapping them within. Blood begins to pour out of the eyes of the Vampiric Maiden, and you gain temporary hit points equal to the negative damage. So that's 44 piercing, which will be 9, and then 12 for the negative energy. So you heal 12 hit points as well, Holly, if that matters.
Oh, yeah, I'm already at max, though, so...
All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, that was 2 actions to cast that spell.
And I will hold my next action as a reaction?
Nope. It takes 2 actions to ready an action.
Oh, okay.
Well, 1 plus whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, you won't be able to.
Okay.
Just
I'll
bonk 'em.
just hang here.
Hang there. All right, sweet. Dante, do you know what you're gonna do this round?
So I'm going to use my wand of animal form
Hmm.
and transform into an ape.
All right, very well. Your body begins to shift and turn and transform, and the body of a kitsune is swiftly replaced with that of an ape.
I had to double check now on if it takes an action or 2 for wand use.
Wow, he's
Yeah.
ferocious. He looks like King Kong. Ah.
Okay, so it would normally take 2 actions. Okay. Which means I am just going to bring myself over to here and just be a wall.
All right. Very nice. Quinn, you're up next.
Alrighty. I probably can't get by that big ape, can I?
No, because he's an ally. You can pass through his square unabated.
Okay. I did not know that. That's useful. I'm gonna move around here.
Mm-hmm.
So movement, I'm going to draw Stormblade and say, by the power of Odd Bandicoot, I'm gonna hit the guy.
All right, lightning thunders and claps as you strike. Make your attack.
At least I'm gonna try to hit the guy. We'll put it that way.
Oh yeah,
What we get?
that is a 2. You do have hero
For a
points though.
for a total of 13, though, which misses, I guess. All right.
But it doesn't crit.
I'm gonna
fail.
use my hero point. I'm gonna use a hero point.
All right,
Yeah, for
1
sure.
hero point. Let's do it. Make your attack.
So do I need to roll, or is that just an automatic success? Do I
You'll need to
roll?
attack.
Okay, just it. All right. Come on. Come on, Bandicoot. It's a little better.
It's a little better, but unfortunately you will miss.
I increased it by
You did.
It's
Actually,
focused,
you'll get
it's
a
like
you'll get a
immune.
+2 because technically you're flanking. Hold on, let me just check his AC here. That'll still not help you though.
Okay. All right. That's it though. That's
Well,
all I
it's
got.
got the matrix moves.
Yeah, well, that's a move and that's one attack and then drawing your weapon. So that is all 3 of your actions.
Yep, that's it. That's
Done
all I got.
and dusted. Padrig, my friend, it is now your turn. But as it goes to your turn, he takes 2 damage and dies.
Easy enough.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna attack that guy. I will see if I can get past the ape.
Yep, you can do as
Here.
well.
And I'll also go back here.
Mhm.
And all right, so that's my movement. So I will go with the part of the gun to the back of the head. This is
All right, make your attack as you keep that momentum going, trying to smack the back of this guy's head. Ooh, that is a miss. Are we hero pointing this? What do you reckon?
no, I'll just make another one. I'll try one more attack. So it will probably be worse because it's a second attack.
Ooh, that will
Yeah.
unfortunately miss as well. So you've moved up, and with the back of your rifle, you've tried to hit him twice in the back of the head. It has not worked. Which then brings us to the cultist's turn. Now, first of all, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, arise for our honored friends, the Dice Legends. Good to see you guys. Welcome in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael. I'm the Devil's a Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We run TTRPGs here all the freaking time, and it's always good to see Vahid and family and community here on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. Right now, our heroes are infiltrating a cultist's base, a cultist temple. The cultist is of Urgathoa, goddess of disease, gluttony, and undeath, and they're trying to bring an end to a plague that is currently going on. Right now, they've lured a couple of these cultists off to the side and are ambushing them. One of them has been taken out and dispatched. The other is kind of in the middle here, caught between our gunfighter Padrig, Quinn, wielder of the Storm Blade, and a giant gorilla. That's kind of where he's at. He's not too keen. If you have any questions, let us know in chat. And if you want to stick around and find out more of the cool stuff we do, hit the follow button. Hit that follow button because it costs you nothing, and you start earning channel points. And you can use those channel points to do interaction stuff with our game. Okay. The cultist is going to ask that all 3 of you within the vicinity of him make me a will save. It's not a high
Okay.
DC. Yep, so the ape, Padrig, and Quinn. That is a success. That is also a success. And that is also a success, meaning you guys take...
I would have liked if we all had managed to roll 18s.
That would have been really funny. All right. That is a total of 6 points of negative energy damage as he uses channel negative energy. Which is not actually a lot given your hit points, but he does it anyway and is proud of himself.
Not to mention my temp HP that I just had.
That's actually true, yeah. How much temp HP did you have?
I already took it all away.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
I only had 5, so he only actually did 1 point of damage.
Very well. All right. So as he's sort of like swung outwards, the aura of negative energy blasts out around him. Unfortunately, that's all he can do this round because it does cost you like more. Because normally he does it as a touch attack and then as a ranged attack, but because he was doing it as an aura, that is all 3 of his actions. Bringing us now
I know
to
how that feels.
Agnes. Yes, very much so.
I think Agnes realizes that there's not really much she can do right now, because there's a lot going on in that small space, and there's like guns and knives and gorillas. Those zombies tied to the beds, are they like struggling? Are they calm? Are they like snapping ferally at their bonds? Like
They're struggling against their bonds. The zombies are like, but they're not free.
I mean, that's just normal zombie behavior, right?
Yeah, I think Agnes is going to walk up, if she can get to one in a movement.
Yeah, easy.
And I think she just wants to kind of like, she's gonna stab it through the brain. Either through the bottom of the chin or through the eye socket or something like that. Just stab it through the head and then
With
just
what?
whisper a little. She's got a dagger.
Yep, alright. You pull out your dagger and you walk up to one of the zombies and coup de grace it by driving this dagger into its brain.
Yeah.
You lean
then as
in
she
and
does-
whisper,
She says, oh, may it does not guide your soul to the sky.
Are you sure you don't want to ask Pharasma to help me? I don't want to be wandering in the afterlife forever.
Aw.
well, fucking too late, mate.
Too late.
I
Too
said
late.
what I said. Sorry, that was just cute. But yes, you provide a blessing for their soul and stab him in the head. There are how many other zombies are there in this room? There are
Like what?
there are two other zombies in this room as well. But then we go to Dante.
Cool. Let's see if I'll hit because I have no strength modifier really, and all my attacks require strength, no matter what. So let's.
Now, when you
try to
shapeshift,
hit
you use beast shape, don't you?
It's animal form.
Yeah, and it gives you a static
says-
bonus to your stats, though.
It does. It just tells me I get a +9 attack modifier, and it's strength based.
Yeah, so don't forget to add that to your attack and damage.
I already did that.
Sweet. All right, let's see what happens.
I don't have a thing set up for it, so I'm gonna have to do it all manually.
That's perfectly fine. Yep.
It just says I get a +1 to damage, so if anything, I'm just gonna be doing an extra +1. So let's see if I can hit them with a +9 modifier. If I can grab the die, what? Oh my!
Are you using
goodness.
Wild Morph?
No, it is the animal form spell itself.
Oh, the actual animal form spell. Okay.
Sometimes the dice are a little off center on some of the.
Where do you have?
What was that
I'm trying to see.
He's got a
It's the
wand.
wand. I have a wand of animal form, so because it requires a verbal component, but the wand is
Right. Okay, I'm with
require
you.
it.
I'm with you. That's why I can't find it. Okay, yep. Carry on.
It's just I can't find a means of just straight up attacking because I can't add more weapon attacks, and I'm trying to use the combat.
Okay, there we go. Animal form.
Oh wait, I managed to grab it. Is this the right one?
All right.
It is just a regular D20. It did not add anything. That would be a 20.
20. All right, with a 20,
oh,
that'll
that
hit.
was a ranged. Okay, hold on.
Well, it's 11 plus your stats. It's fine. We can manually do it. So 11
Yeah.
plus. So yeah, if it's a 20, then that's fine.
All right, that hits. All right, so that's going to be 2d6 bludgeoning +1.
Mm-hmm. All right, the gorilla reaches over with his big fist and slams into his armor, dealing 4 points of damage to the cultist.
Well, what does it go for an additional attack? Because apparently it only cost me. Yeah. So what's the downgraded for it? Minus what?
-5.
All right, here we go. Attempting it again.
All right, your second attack does not hit.
Why did I have? Oh yeah, because I'm sickened. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got
I'm
sickened
like, why
3.
have a minus?
Did you include the minus in that first attack?
It did it. Yeah, it did a -3 on the first one.
No, because you added the 11, didn't you?
No, I added a +9.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, yep. So yep, that second attack will unfortunately miss, leaving you with one final action.
I'm going to try and bear hug him.
All right, make an athletics check to try and grapple.
Let me make sure.
And then Holly, you're up.
9. $20.
20 will hit. Deal your damage.
Oh no, I'm just bear hugging him.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah,
I'm essentially grappling.
All right, he is grappled. Holly, you're up.
Okay, I am gonna cast, or I'm gonna move down here and cast Enervation on him.
Ooh, very nice.
Let me pull that up. Okay. Son of a. Okay, so he's gonna take 2d8 persistent negative damage.
All right, just roll that onto him as you cast your Enervation upon him. And then Quinn, you're on deck.
Stood.
Why is that not working?
Let's have a quick look here.
Got 2.
Enervation. It looks like Enervation gives Drain
Does.
and does 4d8 persistent negative damage.
Well, he'll get 2d8 because he succeeded.
No, it's still
But
a 4 and then it's halved.
Oh, okay, so I do 4.
Yeah.
But it's not dropping the damage on him.
Are you just picking up dice?
Yes.
Then drop it in chat.
Okay. Well, that's terrible.
All right, so half of 13 is 6 points of damage to the cultist. Done and done. And he has drained 1, I believe, as well, yes?
Yes.
Okay, drained 1 is now applied to him. Done. All right. So you've moved 2 actions for your spell. That is Holly done. Quinn.
Yeah. So as I look at this cultist, does he have like, a ring of keys or anything on him that I could see?
Yeah, he's got a couple. He's got a few keys here and there.
Right. I was thinking specifically to these cells.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Are there any empty cells?
Yeah, a couple of them.
All right. So I'm like, Dante, can we shove him in one of these and lock him in? And I'm gonna lift the keys off of him as action 1 and ask Dante to help me get him into a cell.
All right,
Can I do
Dante,
that?
make a athletics check again, please.
Alrighty.
As the cultist struggles against the gorilla arms.
I'm gonna re-roll that one.
All right. I'm gonna take your hero point.
How? You know what? I'm
That's
gonna
not
do
fair.
it again.
You can't use another hero point for the same roll, but you can use your natural 20 if you'd like.
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, not gonna do it.
Oh. Wait, you are?
No, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Ooh, that's a divine intervention.
Oh, Schoolia redeems divine intervention. You do get a reroll.
Oh, thank goodness.
Just want to get this guy in the cell.
I'm slowly getting up there. Slowly.
Unfortunately, that is still not enough.
For the love of Pete.
To let you know, the target number you needed to hit was an 18.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you sure you don't want to use that nat 20? Because that's going to wrap this.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes, I am sure I'm not wanting to use that nat 20.
Okay, very well. All right.
I don't know when I'm gonna get another one
So
anytime soon.
That's 2, and with that failure to get him into the cell, I'm gonna hit him with my sword.
All right, make your attack.
By the power of our bandicoot.
All right, do your damage.
Oh, that's nice. I actually hit him. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Is he still technically grappled though?
He is technically grappled.
Yeah. Does that? Well, I mean, I hit him. That just means I have advantage,
Yeah.
right?
No. It just means you get a +2 to your attack.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, which won't make a
Yeah,
difference, so
definitely.
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, he is super badly injured. Padraig, we're now on to you.
I'm gonna bonk him.
All right, bop him on the head as you bring that down onto him. Ooh, that is a miss.
Did he add +2 to that?
Even if, yeah, did you add +2 from the flanking? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I did not add +2.
All right.
So
Whack!
that's actually
That will
20.
hit. Deal your damage.
All right. Oh, and I just realized too. My apologies. My fist attack, where it's got the +4, that's apparently because that's a dexterity attack, not a strength attack for me.
Ah, okay.
So it should actually just be a +2 for my strength.
Right. Okay, no worries. I will adjust accordingly. All right. You might be able to knock him out here. Let's see what we get. That is 7 points of damage, which is precisely what you needed to knock him out. As your rifle hits him square in the head, he slumps in the arms of the gorilla. With a swift motion, you move him into the cell and lock the door. And
Well, I
our
want
heroes.
to gag him too and tie
Sure.
him up.
Yep, you tie him up and gag him. He is in there. Now, do you guys free the people here, or do you wait until later?
I think we should free them now, but I also think
I-
we should close
As
off.
Agnes, is Tomas in here? I mean,
Look-
Thomas.
Looking around carefully, you do not see Tomas here, but you can see an old Varisian man who seems to be speaking. Actually, Agnes, do you speak Varisian?
No.
I
All
believe I
these
do.
languages that aren't normal
Well,
languages.
well, let me ask you
Yes,
this:
I
Is
do.
your
Yes, I do. Yes.
You do? Okay. So, Viltundis skal den forkat it is gorget for. Ale just skin verhatashkis to Tomas. The old man says that a man by the name of Thomas was here not too long ago. A bald man with pointed ears came and took him.
Oh no, Nosferatu has him.
She asks him for his if he was like pale skinned.
The Varisian man nods. All right.
And I shall just explain the way out isn't clear yet. If they can maybe have some patience. and they'll see to letting them free.
If it weren't
we're
for
gonna wait till next time.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Agnes, they probably would be a lot more hesitant. But because you're a Varisian as well, these people who, you know, like have a very strong familial tie to their people will trust you and know that you'll come back. And as this happens, we pan away from our scene and instead return now to a small laboratory not too far away, where a man lays tied up to a chair. It is Thomas.
No.
A figure looms in.
Now, there's no need to struggle. Your pain and suffering will come to an end soon enough, and I will have all the answers of which I seek. It'd be best if you not scream. I find all that does is sore the throat, making it more difficult for me to ask questions.
Tomas sweats as the looming figure of the Nosferatu approaches. And that is where we're going to end today's game. Thank you very much, everyone, for today. We are going to very, very rapidly switch gears and raid out. But I want to just say, guys, it was so good hanging out with you guys. I hope that you had a absolutely wonderful day today. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. If you haven't followed us, hit us a follow. It's free. Da-da. Buy one, get one. You know, buy a follow to Dag and be Dag people for free. Look.
You know what else is free?
What is?
Twitch Prime.
That's true, Twitch Prime. If you are Twitch Prime, throw that out there because, I mean, hey, it's a free Twitch thingy. So there you go. There's more things you could do. And guys, thank you to everyone who came and joined us today. Thank you for people who supported the channel and who have stuck around to the end. We are now going to go and raid... Why can't I raid you?
Schooly Eye is asking about his plot twist.
The plot twist. Here was the plot twist. The plot twist was greed, and the place that greed got put in was what was his name? Rolf Lamb. So the way the plot twists work is they can either work to enhance or to remove what was there. Now, Rolf originally had a laundry list of demands that he was going to set upon the group. However, thanks to Schooly Eye's greed card, that greed was then circumvented. So instead, he allowed for them and asked for absolutely nothing in return. But it does create a new thing. Because even though he didn't want something from the group, that doesn't mean that he didn't want something. And he may perhaps be on his way to go and get these things right now, while our group is preoccupied with other matters.
Great. Now we have to worry about what he's up to.
I knew we shouldn't trust him. I'm just saying.
Says the person who is summoning infernal creatures in the center.
Right?
Yeah.
That
I
was.
don't trust him.
Yeah, we don't.
But I don't trust you right now either.
I
All
signed a
because
contract.
of
No,
all
you
because of
broke.
the bottom line.
No, you broke a contract. All right. All right, we are going to go and raid Chaotic Neutral Goblin, a dear friend of the channel who is currently doing some game prep and world building. So go and send out your love. Go and share all of the cool stuff. And guys, thank you so much for joining and hanging out. My name is Michael, the Dead as a Gamer. We are going to be back here. Jeez, when am I back here next? Wednesday? Let's see. Would love to go to Convergence, but I don't think I'll be able to do time travel. Oh, fair enough. Take lots of photos for you. I will absolutely take all the photos for you, Odd Bandicoot, 100%. Yes, rest assured that that'll be the case. Okay, so I will be back on Wednesday for the Careful Cantrip campaign, as well as our Reign of Winter game. Then Friday, I will be over on Phoenixy Wacky's channel for a stream with Guy from How to Be a Great GM. And then this Saturday, guys, we are doing a My Hero Academia one-shot game at 9 a.m. Australian Western Time, or I think 10 p.m. US Eastern, I think. That's roughly what I think it is. More details to come, but yes, My Hero Academia. If you love superheroes, if you love anime, that is going to be the show to be on, so go check that out when we get to it. Stay safe, stay wonderful. Until we meet again, as always, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Bye.